Everybody gets a senior present. Mine is for surviving this senior class. About 40 seniors here tonight. It's, yeah. That's the exciting thing until we think about what we're losing in terms of talent. This is a very, very talented group of seniors, and they have really contributed significantly to all of our successes over the last 4 years. But as we get started tonight, we're going to show you some pictures that some of them don't know we have. Some of them are going to wish we didn't. And they'll have to talk to their parents when they get home about why that particular picture was sent in. But let's go ahead and meet, if you will please, our first senior. Her quote is, "Life is beautiful." She plans to attend a JC to complete general education and then transfer to a university to major in behavioral therapy. She'd like to thank her mother and father that despite how stubborn she is, they always let her come home. She'd also like to thank the other band kids, their second family, ladies and gentlemen, Jess Adams. All right, let's see our next lovely senior. Yes. This senior would like to thank his mom and dad, his husband Hayden. I just read it, folks. For always being there for him and all of his amazing friends he's made in band the last 4 years. The Academy, Mr. Willis, Little B. McLemore. He plans on going to Fullerton College at some point in his life, probably after he's 40, to study marine biology and music. So the Little Mermaid will live, ladies and gentlemen, for that house. And, yeah, typically reaching for the food, okay. I wonder who that could be. Saray Bustamante. She gave the band all this time. She's a fantastic horn player. She plans on going on to college at some point, completing her general education and pursuing a wonderful life. Saray Bustamante, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. He'd like to thank his family and his God, that he could not have gone this far without. He'd also like to thank the whole music department for giving him 4 years of fun. He plans on attending the University Technical Institute at Rancho Cucamonga, California in the fall. That's still in California, by the way. He's studying to become a technician for auto and diesel vehicles so he can come back and keep our vehicles running. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Tate. This senior will be attending SCC to take the necessary courses that will lead her to get an AA so that she may further her education as a major in psychology at UC Santa Barbara. That's not the right person. Who's the right music? Lauren, go back. Okay. Lauren Chavez, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Cal Poly. So, she's going to become a veterinarian. She has 8 years of college ahead of her in order to do that. She's going to be an Aggie up there. She has been a fantastic piccolo and flute player, much to the chagrin of her family and all of her high-pitched practicing. She'd like to thank Mom, Dad, and all of her friends, particularly those that sat close to her at the football game. I'm going to have to see who we're talking about here. Okay. You should see some of these pictures that we're not showing. Yeah. Okay, let's see who this is. Yeah. Well, how'd you know? Her quote is, "Life is ironic. It takes sadness to know what happiness is, noise to appreciate silence." Are you talking about that? And someone's absence to value their presence. Her musical selection is Miss Murder for some reason. Her future plans are to say thank you to all of her family and friends. She's been a stalwart member, ladies and gentlemen, Kaylee Coggins. All right, now this next page is a dead giveaway once you see the picture. Who could that be? She plans on attending UCI, majoring in biomedical engineering. She hopes to get a PhD and become, well, if she gets a PhD, she'll be a doctor. She'd like to thank God and all of her family, parents, and her dogs, Carrie and Cody. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Columbia. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Thank you, Mom, Dad, grandparents, and the snow people for absolutely everything you have done. I couldn't have done it without you. In fact, I wouldn't be here without you because... Never mind that. Thank you, all bandos. I love you all. You made these 4 years the best I've ever had. I know I've said this millions of times, but don't stop believing, and we believe in him, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Corbett. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. A quote from a very, very famous intellectual, Dr. Seuss. She plans on going to Santiago Canyon College and to transfer after 2 years, she's not sure where. She'll figure it out along the way. She'd like to thank her mom and dad, her brother, and Keanu for always being there for her, even in those crazy moments. Friends and family in the flute section for my incessant questions for the past 2 years. And thank you to the band for a great 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Donaldson. According to this senior and Vince Lombardi, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. He'd like to thank both of his parents for all of the help they've given him throughout his life and high school, and he wouldn't be the person he is today without them. He'd also like to give thanks to the following: to the VP Instrumental Music Program for allowing him to express his love of music these 4 years, to his drum teacher, Jeff Wolf, for teaching him how to play the drums, and to his grandparents for all of their support and for attending all of his concerts. They get the perfect attendance pin. He's looking forward to studying aerospace engineering at Texas A&M, where, through the audition process, he's been accepted into the Aggie Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, Grant. That Aggie band's almost as good as us. Your present circumstances don't determine where you can go. They merely determine where you start. So says this senior, whose song is Everything's Coming Up Roses. Yeah. Future plans are to present Cal State Long Beach for free biology. We'd like to thank his friends, Kevin Lee, Eddie Corbett, Major or somebody, for stuffing him in the Rose Parade. And everyone who's ever supported him before or in the future. Hey, Juan. Hang in there. Mom and Dad, I love you all. Ladies and gentlemen, Luis Gracia. This senior would like to thank his friends and family who have continued to motivate him. He will always remember all the good times in the band room, and he's trying to forget the bad times through counseling. He's had a wonderful experience at the parades and field shows that he's attended, and he'll be attending SCC in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Hurst. All right. He plans to enroll in Fullerton Community College and transfer to a UC Late, or UC Long Beach Late, where he will major in law and minor in business. He'll hopefully pass his LSAT and enter law school at Stanford University to finalize his education and become a full-fledged lawyer. There you go. He'd like to thank his mom for working him to death and for dealing with his sister and himself, his dad for encouraging him and teaching him that hard work can take you anywhere. His sister for making random noises for the past 7 years. We'd also like to thank his friends, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Johnson, soon to be attorney at law. All right, you can't give up something you really believe in for financial reasons. Not a bad idea. His favorite part of the last 4 years has been playing music with his friends in jazz combo and getting to know all of the amazing people that have come through this music program. In the fall, he'll be attending Fullerton College to study music, a swell music production, and sound engineering. He'd like to thank his family for making peace with the noise and embracing his dreams of being a professional drummer. He'd like to thank Major for the opportunity to play the drums for school and helping him understand how to run a band efficiently and effectively. You should tell me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tim Jones. She plans on attending Biola to study elementary education. She'd like to thank her sister, Melinda, and the rest of the band family for always being there when she needed them. Who do you think it is?
Jill.
It's Jill. There she is. And her coat. Lord leaves them in. No one can see it. So proud of Jill Kahn, ladies and gentlemen, captain of our Color Guard Award winning. According to this senior, he is a high-functioning sociopath. His future plans are to start at SCC as a criminal justice major and then transfer to a 4-year university. Once his schooling is done, he wants to move to London and become a detective. He sends his thanks to the drum line, his family, and the music program staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan Kasuda. According to this senior, if Major asks you a question with 2 options, then you always pick the second. He'd like to thank his mom for all of her care and support since the day he was born. He'd like to thank all of his friends for all the fun memories they gave him during the that he'll cherish forever. He'll be attending UCI, ladies and gentlemen. We just got the acceptance letter today. Those are smart, too. According to this senior, less is more. He'd like to thank every human being who was or is involved in his development, which we hope has not been stunted by his participation in the program. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mr. David Marsh. This senior would like to thank her parents for always being supportive and loving, and she'd like to thank Major for always pushing her to be the best that she could be. It's been a good, she says it's been a good 6 years of high school, and of course she'd like to thank BJ and Holly for everything that they've done for her as well. Here's our own little princess, ladies and gentlemen, Leslie Mendez. I'm going to give you the abridged version of this next senior's write-up. I believe he's one of Ms. Mooney's favorite students. For the future, he'd like to display his future plans and things using a 3-part well-organized essay. No, he's just joking. But he didn't exactly intend on making it short. For his future plans, he intends on publishing the story he's been working on and animating it so the generation of tomorrow can see how he views the world. Worked. He plans on pursuing this dream by going to the Art Institute of California, or SCC, and then transferring to the Art Institute, because let's face it, college is expensive, and if there's anybody who can make it happen, it's Omar Montoya! You're going to see this picture, you're going to know who it is. He hasn't changed much. Look at that. After high school, he plans on going to a local junior college and then transferring to a university, still being involved with music and performance. He'd like to thank his friends, Major Jay, and especially his mom, for supporting him, believing in him, and pushing him in the right direction. He would not be where he is today without all the people that have been in his life. I love you, Mom. Thank you. Hey, Mikey! Let's see who's next. Never be bullied into silence. Well, we don't have to worry about that with her. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself. A nice quote. She'd like to thank her parents for pushing her to do her best, and her friends for always loving her no matter what. She's interested to continue music as she goes forward and for living life large. Ladies and gentlemen, Bao Nguyen! This young man plans to continue his education at the University of Arizona in information technology. He likes the heat. There he will attend the Naval ROTC Navy. Alex, you thought you were going to graduate, didn't you? The Naval ROTC program and finish his degree so that he can join the Navy as an officer. We like that. He'd like to thank his parents for their tremendous support throughout high school, from performances as band to helping him with getting to college. He'd also like to thank the amazing music program for allowing him to express his love and passion for music. Alex Paris. That looks a lot like Alex, doesn't it? This young man will be attending UC Riverside in the fall. He'd like to thank his family for being supportive in everything that he does and for keeping him alive through the 4 high school years. Special thanks to his girlfriend Jillian for being the bestest. Ladies and gentlemen, George Bloomer right there. This young man has been a member of the school orchestra for 7.5 years. No, 4 years. And has also participated in the ensembles out in town. All Southern Honor Orchestra. He's an outstanding musician. He plans to attend Chapman University here locally in the fall, and in the future he hopes to enter the healthcare field, working to bring people to health and a good life. Would you please welcome Mr. V.J. Reddy? V.J.'s the yellow hat. This senior plans to go to college for a degree in nursing. It's been her lifetime goal ever since I've known her, and also to pursue her love for music. Thank yous to her family for all the love and support they gave in everything that she's done. Her quote is, "What is the point of being alive if you don't at least try to do something remarkable?" And she certainly has. Ladies and gentlemen, Mariel Reyes. This senior plans to move to Arizona in the next couple of years and become involved in the Arizona music scene. She'd like to thank the friends that she's made here for all these years, her family, Grant, and her home family. And hi, Mom, this is as close as you're getting to the Olympics. Ladies and gentlemen, McKenna Rivera. This senior quotes one of our very, very outstanding teachers on campus, if not now, when? According to Mr. Hunt. She's going to go to SCC and major in biology, transfer to a 4-year school. She thanks her mom and dad for supporting her these past 4 years, even when she thought calculus was going to be the death of her. Thank you, Connor, for being there for me through thick and thin, and for always knowing when to say and what to say to make me feel better. You guys all mean the world to me, and I don't know what I'd do without you. We don't know what we're going to do without you. Annabelle Rock. fly would be an awfully big adventure, according to Peter Pan. Her future plans include attending Cal State Long Beach. Can you tell who it is? No. Now, I have to explain, her agent would not release the pictures. We tried, and he wanted such a fee to release the pictures for her, so we had to go with that. She's going to attend Cal State Long Beach to major in physics and philosophy. And she's going to transfer to a UC private school and get a master's degree. And she's going to come back and support me. Parents, she'd like to thank her parents and grandparents for always supporting and putting up with her. Bethany for never giving up. Jillian for being the most wonderful friend. Ketchup face. And Matt for being her rock. Ladies and gentlemen, Becca Sewell. This senior would like to thank his mom, Carrie Marie Cullen Skinner, for giving him the opportunity for letting him be part of the Marching Spartans for the last 4 years. And he also thanks her for letting him participate in the orchestra program for this last year while attending Villa Park High School. He's one of our most outstanding percussion members. Would you please say hello to Aaron Skinner. First and foremost, this young man would like to thank everyone who assisted him in his journey through high school. Through the ups and downs, you folks were always there for him to listen and offer a helping hand. And of course, this includes his family, everyone in the drum line, and pretty much everyone in band. His freshman year of high school is a blur to him. Throughout the rest of the years in high school, he did 2 triathlons, took up mountain biking, and played the tenors. And as some know, they have to be one of the few heavy and back-breaking instruments you can play in band, but also the most rewarding. The amazing part was that he didn't need a chiropractor or a back transplant. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to Chad Stutzel. According to this senior, everything happens for a reason. After high school, she plans on attending UCI with a major in public health. Monday, she plans to work for the CDC, studying infectious diseases. What did you expect me to say when that came on? Perfect as always, actually. This senior plans on joining the U.S. Navy crossed out, Air Force crossed out, Army. That needs to be crossed out.
Yes. Amen.
And he plans on being a mechanic for the services. He'd like to thank his mom, dad, and his brother. He will be successful at whatever he does. Would you please welcome Richard Zaslowski? This senior has been involved in the instrumental music program for all 4 years and is a current member of the Orange County Youth Symphony Orchestra, and that's a prestigious recognition. Her favorite part of orchestra is playing music from movie soundtracks and laughing with Leslie Mendez and BJ Reddy. She'd like to give a huge thank you to her parents for their unfailing support and to her friends for keeping her sane. In addition, she's immensely grateful for all the inspirational people she's met here at Villa Park High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Holly Zhao. Well, there they are. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give it up for the graduating class? Well, here we are, 4 years from where they started. We polled the seniors and said, what would you like to play on this concert? And they came up with some selections that go back through all 4 years. That, of course, was from our space show just a couple of years ago. And we put together a package of memories for you that could be some of your favorite things.
It's been 4 years since we seniors were freshmen. Can we assume that we've learned something since then?
Tubas and oompa and trumpets that blast. Now let's hear marches we played in the past.
Some of your favorite things.
Wishing that Javier was a good kind.
Come down, dress the form, reset again. Here are some tunes from the field shows back then.
What's obedient? There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Give me some.
Saxophone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sax Fifth. Looks like John's moving over towards the campsite there. I wonder what these people are up to. for that. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, our drum One of the best parts of that entire ensemble is that it was student-led, student-rehearsed. They did that on their own. That's a great job. We also have some other small ensembles here, and that of course includes our jazz program, which over the years has generated some more of your favorite things.
Zero, we're still half asleep then. Swing the drums backbeat and let's be real cool, man. Combos and bands and of course Crazy Ed. Now let's hear to drum our favorite friends.
A one, two, one, a two, three, four. done around here is musical theater. And when we asked the seniors, what was your favorite show, they came back almost unanimous that it was Guys and Dolls. So here, from Guys and Dolls, once our senior trombone section gets back in place, is the ever popular Luck Be a Lady. Symphonic Ensemble, and that's our string. We are pleased and blessed to have a very, very vibrant string program here with us, and we love to add them to everything that we do. So they're going to join us now as we go back to what the seniors, and I think most of the folks in the program have voted as one of their overwhelmingly favorite concerts. It's one that we did in one day. They got the music that morning, we did the concert that night. And it was the Spy vs. Spy concert. Anybody remember that one? Yeah. Well, here from that is The Incredible.
My freshman year.
You're a freshman. Well, that's going back a long way. Nick was here for 8 years and he's still here. And we thank him too. He's great back there on the tech table. There's something unique about this program. We had our senior awards assembly today, and at the completion of it, this gentleman walked in and he said, "You know, I was in this band." He says, "I was in this band back from 1969 to 1972. And I said, "Well, so was I." And he looked at me and he went, "Chuck?" And I said, "Who are you?" And he introduced himself, and indeed we were in this very program, this very room, playing music from 1969 to 1972. He came back and he said, there's a whole bunch of alumni out there that have not forgotten their band family. And that's one of the great things about this program is that these 40 kids who have been here for 4 years are truly family with us, and as are you. And we couldn't have had these 4 years without them, and it wouldn't have been the same. So with that, would you please enjoy with us Disneyland Celebration. lots of memories. And that's what we do, is we create memories here as we get these kids through high school and they step out on their own. We hope they come back. We also hope that you know, yeah, well, some of them. We also hope that you know how much we couldn't have done this without your support. So as our seniors come out here, they're coming out to see you, Mom and Dad. They need to say thank you to you. Harvey here has a special sentiment she'd like to express. Let's bring all the moms and dads up front here. Bring them on up. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2014. Now we have a reception for the seniors and their parents and our faculty lands that our boosters have prepared. We'd love to meet and greet you there and have a last chance to talk with you before you come back for our next concert. The ensemble that was just playing for you had no seniors. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good year next year, doesn't it? Thank you so much for attending tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We cherish your attendance and support and your dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, good night, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4.